All right, guys, so we got Rye Amazing here of the Sentinels going to be showcasing a little bit of Scarlet Witch here on the new Krakoa map. Let's see what happens here. We also got Emma Frost, also with a team up as well with the Strange. Let's see what happens here. Portaling right to the point, wasting absolutely no time trying to set up and create some dominance here on the point, not allowing the enemy team to even touch for a second. Unfortunately, they're losing Japanese Curry on the Mantis. Going to be trying to wrap around here, popping the team up as well with Strange. And my God, guys, this move is ridiculous. Anybody who thinks that Scarlet Witch is not going to be a problem moving forward into season 2 might be out of their minds, because this character is strong now, especially with the team up. She got some changes to her ulti as well too, having more mobility. But my goodness, just like that, able to solidify the point, winning that first team fight. We also have Aramori on the team. We got Crimson. We got a whole star-studded team out here, guys. We got basically the Sentinels starting lineup out here. So we have some demons in, I think we're in like Diamond. Day 1 of the patch. Also, Season 2, Day 1, setting up here with a pro team in Diamond. You love to see it. Maybe even GM a little bit. But now, waiting for the enemy team to try and push back up. We see a Black Widow on the other side as well. Kind of putting in some work right there too is Pearl on the Black Widow. Some changes for her as well too with her kick. Nothing too crazy, still on the fence as to is this character going to be a problem or not, but also of course with the Mantis getting the inspiration, double stacking with her new buffs as well too, is for sure gonna be something. So here it's gonna be trying to dip away is Rye Amazing. Here goes the ult. You notice the movement ability so much quicker with the ult. Unfortunately, they're not gonna be able to get anybody. I hate to see that, but guys, showcasing what the new buffs are gonna look like here. Putting on some more damage. Let's see what happens. There goes the enemy using, it was the enemy Black Widow. Oh my God, as I say it, enemy Black Widow. We gotta be worried about this Wolverine getting 2 players right there, taking out Emma Frost and Luna. Now in a 6v4 situation, trying to put that damage on. There goes the team up one more time is Rye Amazing. Still blasting. That team up lasts forever. My God, there's the kick coming out. Unfortunately, going to go down right there. Gonna be giving up the point and going to have to reset. Now we have Rye Amazing and the rest of the crew trying to push up here onto the left side. Once again, kind of a confusing map as it is day 1, just trying to figure out all the little hiding spots and different spots that we can go to. My God, enemy Wolverine said stop using the team up. I'm the strongest character on the map right now, okay? Getting the hook out of the air right there, taking out Rye Amazing for a quick second. There goes the Agamotto. Not sure what happened right there, getting hooked for a second, but now able to get right back down. Also standing in the Luna ulti, going to be able to fight convincingly here. Adam Warlock popping the ult. Let's see what happens. They have a bit of a damage jam. Guys, playing basically at the edge of the map here in uncharted terrain. Oh my God, unfortunately going to be going down to the enemy Mantis. Gonna have to reset here one more time. Now Rye Amazing setting up one more time. We saw for a second Rocket way up on height in a little sneaky TikTok spot, but now dropping back down. Now Rye Amazing trying to regroup with the team. Unfortunately missing a couple players. Trying to push up and get some control. Gotta be super careful of that enemy Black Widow. She has been putting in some work as well. Gotta be super careful. Now, flying up high, we do have the ulti in hand as well. Also having the special ability, the team up online as well too. Unfortunately, Strange getting hooked by the enemy Wolverine. Here comes the, oh, look at the movement speed. Let's see what happens here. Able to get a 2-piece, taking out 2 healers just like that, giving us a huge advantage. Unfortunately, the enemy team at 99 already, forcing the overtime, but still having a chance to try and get the point and put some percentage on the board ourselves. Taking down everybody, guys. This team up is no joke. Rolling back the enemy team with that team up with the help of the Strange as well too. My God, guys, what are we doing? Anybody who thinks this character is not a problem is out of their mind. Rye Amazing putting on a clinic. Currently sitting at 16-2. And also, if we add in the added bonus, quite literally, of the Mantis inspiration on top of the team up, this character is going to be melting players in Season 2. Now, as I say though, unfortunately, Pearl on the other side putting on a show with the Black Widow, landing some very good snipes for the other team. Rye Amazing now popping the team up one more time, trying to get rid of the rocket amplifier. Also, Wolverine going crazy, trying to assist us to the best of our ability, using that right click as well too as the team up subsides. Unfortunately, going up to the perch, the dragon says, actually, that's my spot. Back up, buddy. Now, gonna be all by ourselves for a second, trying to escape as overtime is going to subside. Now I'm going to be pushing into map number 2. Unfortunately, not going to be able to clutch out the map, but we still got 2 more, so let's see what happens right here. Now, here we are on map number 2. Amazing trying to lead the charge, also with the Captain America now in Japanese Curry, switching off of the Meg, or it's on the Meg, the Mantis rather. Pushing up as a unit here. We see the enemy team on the X-ray as we're trying to make our way around. We see the point down on low ground. This is a very difficult point to hold because once you have the point, you're essentially in the octagon. Speaking of scary situations, my God, we have the ability to use our shift just like that to go through the meatball of Magneto. Unfortunately, getting sniped again. Pearl, I'm not sure who this Pearl player is, but my goodness, landing the shots when it counts. Slamming Amazing, unfortunately there, but able to use the BRB and get right back. Emma Frost popping off with her ulti as well too, brainwashing everybody within 20 to 40 meters even for no reason. Now popping the ult is Amazing, able to get the Rocket Raccoon, now floating down ever so gently, trying to put that damage onto the Adam Warlock ulti as well, and now peppering the enemy Mantis, slamming her and taking her down. Now walking around, blasting everybody in the face, getting control almost of the point. Wolverine kind of going crazy on Japanese Curry, trying to save him a little bit. Adam Warlock in shambles, able to heal himself up a little bit, and it looked like we were actually going to get control of the point, but just like that, the tides are turning. Kind of a scary spot to be in. Wolverine screaming in our ears, blasting somebody within an inch of their life, and now at this point, going to get forced off the point, trying to put some damage onto the rocket, and it looks like the opposition is going to actually get this point, but we have 2 players on, still fighting for it as we are on a side quest of our own, trying to get rid of the heals. Rocket Raccoon actually getting a couple solid buffs and changes in the new patch here, so kind of a strong character you actually have to care about and worry about, especially when he pops that ult and it has a healing factor on top of the damage amp. But amongst all the chaos, we were still able to solidify the point, and now we are getting those ticks where it matters, sitting now at 10% and climbing, waiting for the rest of the team to make their way back. Notice here too, Amazing without the team up here on this point. Let's see how much of a factor it really is. Like I had mentioned, the team up is diabolical for this character. So much damage, and the way that it works is you pop the team up and you can use your left and your right click at the same time. It's not either or. They said, how about both? How about as much chaos as we can possibly see? As a matter of fact, let's see what happens right here. Able to get a big 2-piece, taking out Mantis and Black Widow on the other side. Also Japanese Curry cleaning up the Adam Warlock. But just like that, the BRB strikes again. Pearl right back into the action and sniping Amazing in the head. Getting another two players right there too. I think using the ulti as well. Or no, not using the ulti, but rather getting some solid shots. Now Amazing trying to make his way back to the point as many players on the team are falling. Thankfully, Kurova right there on the Adam Warlock, the tried, trusted, and true, able to take out the enemy Rocket. Trying to make our way there. Now regrouping with the rest of the crew, trying to put some damage on an assist in this push as long as we're able to with the Rocket team up. Now pushing everybody up. The soul bond has subsided. We see Emma Frost in the diamond mode slamming the enemy Adam Warlock. It was Crimzo on the Emma Frost. Everybody getting pushed into the portal saying, not today, Satan, I'm out. Dipping out away from Amazing on the Scarlet Witch saying, I'm not interested in the damage. I'm tired of dying to your ult. The damage, the great right clicks as well. For anyone that does not know, it is not an automatic shot. Let's see what happens there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get behind the shield of Emma Frost, but like I was mentioning before, using that right click, you absolutely do in fact have to aim with Scarlet Witch. Somehow right here, Adam Warlock bringing everybody back, losing a couple of players though. Pearl saving the ulti for the perfect time, kind of blasting a good handful of players right there. Now Amazing trying to make his way back to the point. 99 on the point as well too. We hear the enemy Magneto popping off, trying to put some damage on, some great shots onto the enemy Rocket. Not going to be able to take him down though as he dashes away, but now losing sight of what is behind him is the enemy Rocket. Still able to heal himself, but Amazing said, I've had enough. Let's see what happens here. Able to take out Pearl on the Black Widow one more time. Also slamming the enemy, both of the enemies, Strange and Scarlet, able to solidify the point right there and keep them in the game going into map number 3. All right, guys, so it all comes down to this. Map number 3, Amazing and the rest of the crew, basically the entire Sentinels lineup here pushing out. Let's see what the setup, oh my God. Guys, what's the setup? The setup is nothing. This player Pearl on the Black Widow, I've said it a couple times already, but they are not missing right now. Amazing getting sent back to the Shadow Realm. Got to reset here, pushing out without the team, unfortunately, letting them fight for their lives by themselves. Unfortunately, I wouldn't even say letting, but more so being forced by Pearl on the other side. Now trying to make our way back up one more time. We see a good handful of enemy players on the point. We can see by the HUD. Now stepping back on is the rest of Amazing's team right here, including himself. We have the Amplifier to try and blast a couple players down, taking out 2 players there. Now flying above literally everybody. A huge E to stun the enemy team, getting a good 3-piece, make it 4 right there, forcing everybody back, and now capping the point, getting on the board first. Now pushing all the way up into the enemy spawn, essentially. Playing on the front door, just trying to put that damage on, stealing some ult charge and potentially trying to get some kills. As I say it though, Wolverine is not happy. He is screaming right now, but as I also say that too, Japanese Curry says, follow me. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And we're gonna be going all the way to the front door, just forcing them into the spawn. The disrespect is diabolical by Japanese Curry on the Captain America. #1 cap in the world, might I add. So he absolutely does in fact know what he is doing. He knows the limitations of his character, which have actually been altered now, having even more sustain and a bit more damage as well too. So here we are, holding down the point, playing on some very interesting chokes right here, having the point very far behind us. Gonna grab a little health here. Now we have the Iron Fist in a small, dark room, having the 1v1, popping the shift and trying to dip out. You love to see the mobility of Amazing on the Scarlet, trying to escape the situation and getting healed up, but here comes the ulti. Let's see what happens. Gonna be trying to get somebody, unfortunately not gonna be able to. A little bit of ring around the rosy with the enemy Iron Fist able to stay alive. Now just playing some hard cover here on the tree as the rest of the enemy team is forcing their way on convincingly onto the point, and unfortunately going to get overwhelmed and gonna have to reset. And now right here, if I am Amazing, I am peeking every corner for those red lasers coming from the Black Widow on the other side. Iron Fist is a problem. Absolutely, but Black Widow has been doing some stuff. Doesn't matter where you are, still gotta be very careful jiggle peeking this corner. We try and play some cover as we're pushing up right here. Diamond mode by the enemy. Oh my god, Emma Frost getting slammed, but able to avoid the kick by using the shift right there. There goes the ulti, gonna try and get behind the wall here to not get brainwashed by the Snow Buddy. Mind control, as I say it, unfortunately our Emma not so diligent on having the self-control, gonna be going down back to the spawn room. Now fighting for our lives against the Iron Fist, pushing up onto everybody, now having control of the point as well too. We've got to try and make a move here to try and get this dub. Enemy Emma Frost a little bit out of position, able to kite her way all the way back to safety though. Also Adam Warlock cocooning and coming back into the game. We have Mantis, was popping ult, but actually getting blasted out of it. You hate to see that. Enemy Mantis popping and now getting forced off the point again. Cheaper Town Hall going to go down in a blaze of glory. Iron Fist getting sent back to the spawn room one more time. Here comes the ulti from Amazing though, trying to blast off again. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get anybody as he gets kited one more time. Playing up on height right here. 3 players on the point, trying to cap it right here before we get the 99. Now 69 to the, or 69% on the board for Amazing and the rest of the crew, able to take back control. And now going to wrap around, trying to play close to our tanks. So we need a little bit of healing. Scary spot to be in, but Adam Warlock says, I got you. Now wrapping back, waiting for our cooldowns for one more fight. No Strange on the map, so we're not going to see any portal play here. Rather, just a straight up 1v1 or team VT for the point. Map number 3, it's all coming down to this. About to get 99 on the board, a huge kill onto the Rocket Raccoon. Also, Mantis about to be in shambles, but saving herself with the sleep. Taking a nap is Amazing, but now joining the rest of the team here on the point as overtime is about to subside. And it looks like we are going to get the dub just like that in a 2-1 fashion. And guys, just like that, Amazing gonna be the MVP of the game with 53 kills, only 8 deaths, a 5-piece, and 21 final hits.